So who knows what the future holds for the shop other than making fast bikes. That's the most important thing. That's what the channel's all about. Welcome back to EBT Performance Pakenham, the home of Squid Speed Shop. Guys, I have tried to film this a bunch of times. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I lose the footage, I delete it, I don't know. I've tried to make this video maybe 3 times over the last couple of months whenever I got time. And every time I go to edit it, I'm like, where the hell is the footage? So the shop's a nightmare at the minute. But if I don't show you now, man, there's going to be too many changes and you're not going to see it as basic as it can be. So this is it, guys. This is the shop tour. I'll try and fill you in on what's been happening over the last 6 or 7 months. And we'll get there, guys. We'll get there. So it's Friday night. I've still got to pack up all my stuff. Just finished off a stage 4. And getting that tuned. Customer's just picked it up. He's loving life. So I thought, before I tidy up, before I get out of here for the day, I'm going to do a quick run around. Just a quick little look as to what's going on, why it is the way that it is, and what the sort of future plan is, all right? So, the main space. This is it, guys. This is where I do the bulk of my work. This is bay number 1, I guess. That's what we're looking at there. We've got the main toolbox, my chaos bench from the last 2 days, furiously getting all the work done. But essentially, this spot right here is where I do everything that has to be in and out. Servicing, cam job, getting bikes ready for the dyno, all of the quick stuff. It's easy, it's in and out. I try and keep this lift always free. I got a little bit of storage down here for bikes and whatnot. But often enough, this space needs to be clear all of the time because that's how I get into me dyno. Here it is, the heartbreaker in the flesh. My beautiful little dyno cell. She's old, but she's updated. And it just does a great job. And so when I was purchasing this place, this was the bulk of the money, realistically. To have a booth set up like this, sound deadening, the exhaust system, and the chassis dyno, man, that's a lot of money. And that was the jewel of this place. This is what I cared about. I was familiar with this dyno. It was the same brand. It was the same spec as what I'd been used to for years. I was already familiar with the sort of numbers that this dyno would put out, and I knew it was pretty close to what I was used to. And so all of my knowledge from all of my combinations over the years was still ring true on this setup. So I was really pleased about that. The only main difference is all of my computers are on the left-hand side. I'd spent the bulk of my career with the computers on the right, and also it's 2 computer setup. So one computer is running the tuning software, one computer is running the dyno, which I'm not a huge fan of. That's going to be updated. I much prefer to have one computer running everything, 2 screens, and just, it's simpler. It just works out a lot better. We'll keep coming through. You would have seen in one of the previous videos, but I got a lift here, pretty much takes the bikes up to the mezzanine. And that's where I store all the long-term projects. At the minute, I'll take you up there. It's a shit show. No denying it. There is stuff everywhere because I'm in a very transient stage of the shop. I'm trying to get a lot done. That means that all of the non-essential working spaces here are just in ruin. but it's all right. It's not for very long. It'll be okay. I covered bay 1, in and out jobs. Bay number 2. This is the long-term projects. This is my week-long projects, my month-long projects. At the minute, we've got this beautiful ST. This bike's come down from Queensland. Legend of a dude came down. He wanted one of the combos that I am most famous for, and that is the TKO package. It is like an aftermarket style stage 4. Man, I love it. It's the most power in a daily combination. You can ride it to Darwin and back. It doesn't overheat. It's all readily available parts, and it never lets you down. So there's a video coming out soon enough on this job. The biggest time consumer for it is that the heads have to be sent away to me boys at Rams. So I've got to get those heads off this weekend so I can get them sent out. But essentially, it's just another little bay. It's a little bit cleaner. And then we have what is supposed to be the clean room. Now, at the minute, I've got stuff moving on. We've got a little bit of plumbing repairs being done. So just everything's in a little bit of a state. But should be getting that sorted out this weekend. This is where if I need to pull down a motor, clean it, put it back together, this is sort of where I do all of that. I do all of the disassembly, the cleaning, the measuring. This is the spot. I can keep this place clean. I don't have to worry about any bullshit blowing in from outside. Same as the dirty room, which is always a state. This thing has been a bear in every shop that I've ever been in. It was way worse when I came here. Even to look at purchasing this place, it was a nightmare. And so I've been trying in my spare time to get it a little bit more usable. But man, when you're busy, it's hard to put things in place. It's hard to put your protocols in place that you want. So that's the downstairs. We'll come through. I've got parts staging. So we got a bunch of goodies from Rolly Speed Shop and A.P.E Performance, CP Carilla Piston. So this is just where I'm staging all of the parts for my next job. Back there was a little tea room. Really, that's just for me. Fridge is always full if you guys want to come in and have a drink. The office. When I looked at this place, this was a shit show, this little office. There was nothing in here except for a blown up bike and just rubbish and parts everywhere. I couldn't believe it. I thought this is the entry where all the customers are coming in, and this is what it looks like. Man, it was a shock. I'll see if I can find some of the footage of how this looked before I ripped everything out and just tried to make it a little bit nicer. So we got all the merch on the shelf, the t-shirts. We got the beanies. A few of my favourite sundry products for you to come and buy if you need them. We got the old certification wall right there. So this has been 15 years of my life, racking up these qualifications, being the best that I can be, having to prove to some really smart people that I was also smart. That's essentially how that goes. But I'll take you upstairs to what is the most transient part of the shop at the minute. I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing yet. So this area here was like main reception, was the main office. Hopefully I've got some footage of what was going on in here. Here it is. It's a mess. But it's a really good space, and the grand plan of it all is to turn this into a Harley-Davidson trash and treasure almost, and a little bit of a hangout area. At the minute, I don't really have space for customers to hang out while I'm working on their bikes. And this space I could really utilise for that. So me and my dad, we've collected a lot of used or new old stock Harley stuff for years. And I thought, you know what, this will be a good space to put it up here. People can have a little bit of a look. They might find something that they were in desperate need of. And yeah, just be a nice sort of place to hang out. But at the minute, it's pretty rough. Nice collection of manuals. At the minute, all my service parts and just stuff I like to have on hand. Essentially, what it was a giant glass cabinet and a shelf with all the sundries on it. And you were supposed to come up here and you were supposed to, book your bike in, buy parts and things like that. And it just didn't work for me. I didn't want to be coming upstairs all the time to sort of deal with anything. Also had a little office area set up here. And it's like, there was a beautiful little office area downstairs. So this area, at the minute, we're thinking waiting room lounge, a little bit of a trash and treasure. So between me and my old boy, we have a lot of old new stock parts in boxes, takeoff parts from many, many years ago for a bunch of old bikes, and a lot of brand new leather jackets and pants and all sorts of riding gear that we've just collected over the years when we've seen good deals on liquidation sales and things like that. So we thought, you know what, we'll set this up as a little bit of a trash and treasure. You can come up and find it, find something that might be useful for you. So we're still in two minds about how we're going about it up here. At the minute, I'm just going to sort of close it all off while I sort of build it, and then might do a big reveal at some point. Just been sort of, last weekend we were just putting in a door. This was all open and I didn't really like the vibe of it. So we've been putting a door in there, and I'll take you on through to the mezzanine, which, boys, all the stuff that was in this room is now on the mezzanine. It's a nightmare because this was junk storage essentially for the longest time. So let's go through to the mezzanine. If I can find me light. So there is just stuff everywhere, right? You would have seen in a previous video, maybe I'll cut it in, of what this was like before I started to move everything around. Out here this is access to the mezzanine. At the minute, I've got one of my dad's bikes up on the lift here. This is like cold storage essentially for how long the projects last up here. But Dad's working away on some secret squirrel business, just trying to give the old girl some love. And yeah, just more stock. So being by myself, I don't really have time to be running out to the shops every day to quickly get this, quickly get that. My time has to be spent working at the bench, and having this stock here enables me to do that. And it's a little bit of a mission trying to wield it into a usable fashion, but it's starting to come together now. And then up here we have bike storage. We got another one of my dad's bikes and a customer bike that is waiting on parts currently. I'll just give you a little bit of a look off the mezzanine. Not a lot of space, but it's enough for me. And that's how it's going to be again. This is just a transient state of trying to clear out one room and build it up the way that it should be. That's what's important to me right now. Getting the spaces, because it's winter. Nobody likes going out riding in the rain. So it means I've got some weekends free. I can come in, I can mess around with that sort of stuff. So essentially, I've removed all of the customer bikes from up here. I've just got my own bikes and my dad's bikes. That's the only thing that's up here at the minute. And yeah, just storage of our parts, all of the furniture and stuff that's been broken down that was in that upstairs office area. Furniture to go back in there. Like, this is a big project for, well, I'm not doing it by myself. My dad's helping me. My best mate helps me. But it's something we only do when we've got spare time. We're all working people. At the end of the day, jobs come first. So it's a slow process, but I thought I'd better try and update you on where we're at. But I'm going to try and cut in any footage that I find of what it's been like over the last 6 months, because when I first walked into this joint, it was really clear as to why this place wasn't doing so well. The owner, fantastic dude. He was trying his best, but his staff was letting him down, and they just didn't treat this place with the respect it sort of deserved, with the respect that Jeff deserved. That was the biggest issue. And so the place didn't look very professional. This place, when you first walked in, it was a war zone. When you went upstairs, it felt disconnected. The shop was set up weird. There was only one bike lift in there. The positioning of things didn't make any sense. So hopefully I will find some of the early footage. At the time I was looking at this place, I wasn't thinking about YouTube at all. That was my mistake. I should have been thinking from the very get-go. I should have come out with a video of looking at the shop, moving in. All of those things would have been so cool, but I didn't do it. I wasn't thinking about YouTube. I wasn't thinking about you guys at the time, but I am now. And so I want you to see where the shop is and where it's going to be next year, 5 years' time. At the end of the day, I rent this building. So if I do well enough, I work hard enough of you guys come in and support, man, the only reasonable thing to do is to look for your own factory. Hey, there could be a giant moving video. So who knows what the future holds for the shop other than making fast bikes. That's the most important thing. That's what the channel's all about. So if you want to see more, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share it with your buddies. Come back next week. Go watch the previous videos. Man, I'm trying to put a video out every single week. And I love the back and forth in the comment section. I love the support. You guys have been fantastic. Check out the social medias. There's always something going on in there. Come in. Grab a t-shirt if you like. They're fantastic quality. I love the designs. But until next week, hooroo.